the sun setting, or is it rising? Looks like it's setting. Anyway, I was over here yesterday, but I didn't actually explore. I just wanted to, like, oh, there's a new area over here in Sumeru. They got this here, and then they have this area here. But there's no waypoint. Why? And I'm trying to think. This area was closed, right? This was not opened, right? Now I have to look at my old videos and see. In fact, I could probably look at the newest one I did, which was the Legend of Sword and Fish. I could probably check that one out, I think, because this area was not opened yet. And they had this area, but nothing was here, and there's still nothing there. I don't understand. I wonder if you can swim in this. Because, you know what I was going to do is, I know they have this waypoint here, but I was going to use Farina to travel across it, because I just thought that would be fun. I want to cheat. I'm not like one of those people. I only cheat if I absolutely have to, like, as I remember it's one game. I think it was like called Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud 1 or Dark Cloud 2. And I can't remember exactly what was with that game, but there were some, like, stats that would happen if you didn't have certain stuff with you. And so I think my brother put in a code that made it so I would, like, have a ton of money that I could buy stuff with, because I kept dying and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, I would never do that with this kind of game. I don't even like going in out of bounds areas, because I don't want to get in trouble. I'll watch people go out of bounds, but I won't go out of bounds. Okay. Well, there's something over there. I just want. This is a large area, and just for nothing to have like a waypoint. That seems kind of. I don't want to say it, but it seems kind of stupid. I'll grab these. Whee! Yep. I just want this. Now let's go to the harbor. Harbor City. Harbor City. Ooh, I'm on top of a roof. Oh. I wonder if there's any treasure around here. Yep. Can't talk to you. Fontaine engineer. Oh! No. Are you the one from that quest? No, you should be in Shenyu Vale still. Still. Right? No, the other one was like, Hope, or Hot Mountain. No, it's Hot. Okay, I don't remember how to say it. I'd love to bet that on that. On what? Otherwise, I'd be letting myself down. You are? Bet on what? My salary! And safety, of course. I love to hire an Emirate band to escort me into the desert. But it feels like a terrible risk no matter which way I slice it. To the desert? A certified engineer such as myself repairing a little clockwork mecha day in, day out. What kind of sense does that make? The moment I think about those magnificent canary machines, my heart flies upon those thoughts into the depths of the desert. My regression is unbearable, but the process of my colleagues, by contrast, burns my heart all the more. Here we go, look! Risha and Liyue is progressing in leaps and bounds. Surely! I must go into the desert. Good luck. Where'd the waypoint go? Oh, there's that. Oh, I guess you could use this to go get too, if you wanted. If I didn't have Farina, although I might be tempted to use Kaya if I didn't have Farina. It's Ice Bridge across. Well, I want to use Farina. Any treasure? Treasure? Oh, let's do this. Gee, I was hoping there'd be a little bit more here. Okay, I went over there. I can talk to two people. Who else? Oh, I see treasure. What about you? No. Okay. Oh, I wanted to check that boat out. My brand was at stake for a moment there, but now that supply has been restored, I can sleep soundly again. And you are? Supply problem? I shan't disturb you any longer. Ah, dear grass, how fortunate that our paths should cross. Bunya is the name, merchant for leeway is the game. Our work's pretty tough, and risk is a constant companion too. I haven't had a good night's sleep in several days now on account of that tea. Only now... Is it because you're drinking it, or because you're stressed? I've been able to heave a sigh of relief. When will I be able to sit in a tea house and just enjoy a cup of duck tea? Shun. Ugh. Why must I always have such trouble with saying that word? Not bad. This is a great business opportunity. As they say, you have to create opportunities where they don't exist. And you are? What business opportunities? Beta? Bada? It's too close to Fontaine, so Fontaine goods aren't quite in vogue anymore. But leeway? Oh, that's a different story. My versatile note's never wrong, I tell you. We just need to ship in some fine leeway cuisine, such as tigerfish, bamboo shoot soup, crab roe tofu. You don't see these things in Sumeru very much, if at all. Have you tried all these before? Oh, they're on my to-eat list, that's for sure. That's when he told me that new adepti was the best, and then he hoodwinked me into buying a large batch of goods that turned out to be absolute junk. Then he turned around and said that it was just that batch of tea that was faulty, and now that the water and soil and Shinvale are back to normal, so too are the tea leaves. I don't trust it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm going to leave it personally, and I'll taste it for myself. Well, it's just over there. Over there. No, I'm not going in the wrong direction. Over there. That's the way young people should be. Sails unfurled, revved up, ready to go, and all that, just like those boats. These boats. Are you gazing at the sea? Youngsters heading out to sea? I'll be off now. Indeed, I mean, look at them all fired up like that. When I was a lad, I too had the sea as my home. I sailed everywhere on a patrol boat, even up to the border with Natlan. I'd go out there again if I could. Have you been to Natlan? Natlan views are so energetic as our own. No, in fact, I call what they have something else. Oh, okay. It's almost as if their souls were forged for battle from birth. Well, I mean, it does seem to be something about war, which I'm not looking forward to. Don't mistake my meaning. They aren't barbarians. On the contrary, they love street graffiti. I was not expecting that. Showing off and comparing fashionable trinkets. Wow. Okay. It's a colorful, contradictory, charming place. Come to think of it, I'm practically getting younger over here, and yet our head administrator is always using, "You need more rest," as an excuse to leave me idle. You want me to hit you in the back? That's right here. That's right here. Okay.
May I present?
Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got 2 water on me. Should I switch? Oh, well, let's just do it.
Taking a turn for the better.
The doctor was seen. The show begins.
Settle down. We'll need more where that came from.
Oh. Was that supposed to lead me anywhere? Wait, where'd my week go?
Flames, purge! Okay, that looks like a desert. All I see is a spit of land.
May I present?
When will this become fontaine water? I don't know. Kind of looking at the treasure compass, if it tells me. Eventually it should pop up.
The show begins.
Oh, here it is. It's popping up. So I wonder if that means I can actually start swimming. If I wanted to. It'd probably be a lot faster. That's for sure. I guess the new area consists mostly of just underwater stuff.
May I present? How brilliant!
I'm almost there! Oh, one of those. Go, my minion, go! Oh,
Strike a pose!
go, 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 go! While I try and solve this puzzle. Woo!
Ooh, what a pleasant surprise! Truly an extra slice of joy.
What's this? Oh, did you get your... Oh, hold on. Oh, there's a domain. Wait, is this thing gonna fight me? You gonna fight me? You totally look like you're gonna fight me. If I grab this treasure, are you gonna fight me?
Ooh, what a pleasant surprise! Truly an extra slice of joy.
Oh no. And this is still locked. Ooh. Ooh, what's this? Oh, town? Oh,
Ah,
there we go. Wait. Ah, there we go.
what a pleasant surprise! Truly an extra slice of joy.
Oh, okay, that's what that was. Okay, the domain's over here.
Ah,
Ooh, furniture, furniture.
what a
Ooh,
pleasant
nice
surprise!
house.
Truly an extra slice of
Oh.
joy.
There's where it was. Challenge. What is that? That looks weird. Oh, more statues. Oh! Check it out. Must I? I wonder if this is how you start that one story. Barbarians. Oh. What's wrong with you? It reminds me of, like a Tuscan, am I saying it right? Italian villa. I think that's right, Tuscan. Oh, well, I just want the statue, man. Hey, you, yes, you blithering idiot. Blithering? What do you do? What do you do? Your feet for waiting for all of us to get old? Why in the blazes aren't all these boxes already on the ship? Wow, this person's rude. The dude they call idiot. Okay. No, boss, it's just these boxes are way too heavy. If we lug them all up, I think the ship might... Might what? This is treasure here. Treasure! You're gonna just leave profit on the ground like that? But if we load everything on board, plus ourselves, I don't think the boat will bloat. It can't hold all that weight. Ha! That's an easy one. If we just leave a couple of you here on this island, we could bring all the treasure back. Now can't we? Oh, a cunning plan, boss. But I'm one of the ones you'd be talking with, you, right? Wait, you'd be taking me along, right? I don't want to get captured by those golems. You've seen what happens to anyone they catch. Then stop yapping and start moving. If the Dark Lord's lackeys catch up, well, the Dark Lord? Tell me about this Dark Lord. Dark Lord's lackey? Are they putting on some kind of show? Wait, boss, there's people over there. Zephyr, why don't we go ask them? Boy, you! Yeah, you, the big and the tiny thing. What are you skulking over there for? Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Can't leave any witnesses. Zephyr, what are you saying? Anyway, we should talk to them first. But I don't wanna. Why is there a waypoint next to a statue? Kitty! From the look of you, you must be foreigners, and here I thought you were minions of the Dark Lord Remus. This is Zephyra and Paimon's Paimon. And you're right, we're travelers. Oh, but who's this Dark Lord Remus you mentioned? Has he finished playing his part already? You don't even know who the Dark Lord is? Alright, I get it. I suppose it's up to me to educate you. Oh, ignorant outliers. I do not like you. As you know, this was once a peaceful town. In those days, it was not yet named PetrieHorror. We Fontanians lived here in peace and safety until the golem armies of the Dark Lord Remus came. He was an awful tyrant, one who claimed to be the rule of all waters. His forces had already obliterated countless towns and cities before arriving at ours. He took our land, polluted the sources of pure water, and even tried to use music to tempt us. They raised high bell towers and fortresses, and the Dark Lord's fell melody enslaved our kin. But we, Fontanians, free, rejected his rule. Thus did I, and the warriors under my command marched to war all across the land. Oh, nice world building, very detailed. And then, what happened next? How did you defeat the Dark Lord? Dark Lord's golems are each mighty beyond measure. How could we be their match? Still, we had the aid of Est the quick-witted this time. Est. With his aid, we infiltrated the Dark Lord's fell keep and reclaimed the treasures. I don't know why I keep slipping on that word now. All the times I say treasure in my video. He and his minions plundered from us Fontanians. Is that him? Like the boss said, what is it we're doing again? Oh yeah, disrupting the special military maneuvers being conducted by the Dark Lord Legion. Totally a brilliant plan. You're the protagonist of your play, yet you aren't on the up and up. When does this Dark Lord take the stage? Ha! Do you think we'd still be lucky treasure if he showed up? Like as not, we all have been turned into golems already, just like Est probably was. That's the pitiful now. More like it.
Well, he totally helped you and you guys left him behind and ran away. Are you sure you guys aren't the baddies? Baddies don't get to be the protagonists.
What do you mean, protagonist? Take the stage. Oh, wait. From where I'm standing, it looks like you're really this minions. You're really his minions. I said that as this minions. Just dressed up as foreigners. I could tell you from all your blabbering on about performances and plays. Well, I mean, what do you guys blabber about yourself?
Huh? You mean you guys aren't putting on a performance?
Huh. So you won't fess up unless we char you first, eh? Let's get him, boys!
The tides beckon.
That's what you get. Overkill. Thieves who were who were beaten so badly they couldn't spare even a thought for the treasures fled on their boat. Oh, okay, let me read this again. The thieves who were beaten so badly they couldn't spare even a thought for the treasures fled on their boat. Treasures, quote unquote.
There they go, huh? Guess they weren't acting after all. But what was this treasure they were talking about? Dark Lord this, Dark Lords keep that. No way that's real. Why don't we have a look at the treasure? Huh? Well, we don't know what this stuff came from. Kitty.
Paimon expressing disinterest in treasure? Say it isn't so. Consider this a necessary investigation.
I'm just worried that, what if, well, just in case there's some kind of evil Dark Lordy trapped in it. Ugh, guess there's no dissuading you. Please, but please careful, okay?
And as it so happened, there were no traps in the container of the evil Dark Lordy Verity or otherwise. But there was no valuable treasure within either. Within was naught but heavy shards of shattered stone.
Huh. Paimon knew they were just a bunch of frauds, but there's no treasure at all. Or is this shabby excuse for statue some kind of priceless artifact? Let's go to PetrieHorror and ask him around. Maybe it's some kind of landmark or lucky mascot or something.
Lucky mascot.
As for these treasures, Hey, Severa, you...
Oh. How unforgettable. Fruit flower, how grand and glorious. How marvelous melodies dripping through. Oh fate, why not halt at this moment? Wow, who are you? A dream? You're finally awake. This day is one of great import. The day when we shall sound the great sympathy, Phobos. There is yet time before the ritual and imperator, but we should set out. I seem to have had a dream. A dream? Imperator? I did not know the gods could dream. In that case, what did you dream of? The great plan beyond the north wind? The silver tree beneath the salt frozen soil? Or did you see that golden future that you once showed me? I saw the sea swallowing the earth. The children of white stone and brass sinking. The collapse of all that was once radiant. That prophecy, then, Imperator, it is precisely to prevent it from happening, to fight against the inevitable fate that we are all here today. Just as you said, we have paid much for it, but once we are free of fate's shackles, those sacrifices shall not have been in vain. Fortuna's. There's that name again. In this have I had faith ever since I accepted this body and became a Remunian. You accepted this body and became what? Are you the cat? Apologies, Imperator. Forgive my lack of manners. In case, please come with me. I just want to touch the statue. Bestowed undying bodies upon the people? Phobos. Doesn't Phobos mean fear? Phobos, one of the minions of the god of war. Mars. I don't know if that counts as Aries. Or maybe it does. Oh! Remus, you once said that you would create a future free from the shackles of divine destiny. Yet your realm now lies violently shattered, and the chasm you tried to bridge has grown deeper still. The immortal race you created and the peoples of the waters are slaughtering one another. And now this so-called eternal city, too, faces imminent collapse. You cannot control your own creation. The symphony has brought neither justice nor happiness, but instead has become the source of all sin. Though their flesh and blood have been sundered from water and soil, the lost souls guide them upon the path of the inevitable death nonetheless. The curse of Fortuna is upon your people and upon you. Do you still remember our promise? That is our last resort, as long as the symphony is played. Is this the only way you usurper lords of humanity know to atone after bringing things to ruination? Still, your resolve at least does not shame your kingly crown. And a promise is made, indeed. Therefore, allow me to bear witness to your end. O king, cursed by fate, drown thyself in song, wine, and feast, for the day of judgment has not yet come.
Saphira, please wake up!
No. What has just happened?
Oh, you scare me to death! Saphira, you suddenly just completely stopped moving and started staring at the statue like you were a statue yourself. Paimon thought you had been turned to stone by the Dark Lord's evil curse. I think I had a strange daydream. There isn't really a curse, is there, Saphira? Are you okay, kitty?
I'm fine. Sorry to make you worry.
As long as you're not hurt. Yeah, we should definitely go to PetrieHorror first. However you say it.
Okay. I mean, I wanted to do that story, but,
A bitter pill to swallow.
I didn't think I'd just be thrown into it. Oh, I guess I could have just gone to the statue and been healed. That's fine, that's fine. Open the map up! Now, there really is just this. Come on, why make such a large area? At least put some more little islands around. Oh well. And again, why is there a waypoint next to the statue? Okay, so I guess I could talk to you? What's your problem? Oh there, citizen, if you require shelter, simply head to the bell tower in the city center. The savages have been getting all bold and uppity lately, so be on your guard. And you are? About the barbarian bear. Those savages, there's nothing to be said for those detestable invaders. They destroy our cities, slaughter our people. Enemies of the empire, I name them. Nay, enemies of all civilization. Still, you need not fear, citizen. Dominus Bohemius shall soon come to Machimos in person. Huh? When that happens, all disturbances shall be utterly quelled, and those putrid primitives shall get what they deserve. Have you met any barbarians? No, not yet, I fear. They're a cunning lot, I must say. They rarely show up when they cannot be a sure victory. Something's wrong with you. it. Cute. You too! What is going on with these people? Ew. Those auxilia of barbarian stock are spreading overwrought rumors about those Lock Knights again. I should suggest to Domius Bosemius while we stamp these ridiculous ravens out completely. About the Lock Knights. Fret not about the lies those slaves tell. Slaves now? Their so-called Lock Knights are but fictitious, far-fetched fictions. Okay? They spread rumors and call those barbarians who worship a false god knights, believing that they shall one day free from their fated duties. I do not condemn such folly, for folly is the way of the lowly, yet their delusions are fanned even hotter, such that their melodies are tranquil no longer. They must be cured. Once the delusions have been decided, I shall act forcefully to correct such strange schemes of supposition. Delusion and weakness both bred turmoil. You guys are, yeah, so what's going on with you guys? They feel so deserted. Everyone looks so weird. Yeah, that's for sure. Alright, I gotta stop though. Okay, so that's the place where the statue is. Yeah. Treasure.
The doctor will see you now. Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
Where is it? Oh, here. You can hit these, right? It's such a cute little town with creepy people. Oh, that person on a roof. Right now? Why am I supposed to go this way? I actually kind of want to go this way. Oh, sorry about that. Look at the birds. Look at all of them. Legionnaires. Legionnaires disease? I don't remember what that is. Maybe that's not what it was called. It sounds so familiar though. Oh. Ooh. They're like stained glass windows. Oh, it's pretty. It's such a cute town. Oh. Grundaland. Grundaland? Grundaland? Like from Milo Pony? Original? Original? What is it called? 1980s original? I'm gonna have to look that up now. Oh, Grundaland! Anyone who watches this probably won't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, where is it? I know it was on a roof. I didn't see it the first time, but I saw my video when I watched it. Now I don't see it. Okay. Oh! Oh, there's two here. Finding thing that I want. I mean, I wanted to activate this. I find it weird that this tiny little island has not only a statue, but also 2 waypoints. I understand this waypoint, but I feel like it should have been this waypoint right here, not here. They don't need this many. Especially since it doesn't even look like, now that you open the map up, there's no waypoint anywhere else. What is that? Okay, well, now there's this other one over here. Huh.
Yep.
Oh well, if I start the story, whatever. I can't find it. Oopsie. I don't even know where I was now. Oh, dear. Oh well. Oh no. But I wanted to check out whatever that was. Ah, shoot. Hope it doesn't matter. Aww. Welcome, travelers of dreamscapes. Oh, wait, no. Traversers of, okay. I am the bell ringer at the intersection clock tower, the god that welcomes travelers to Eternal City. Oh joy, more riddle building, eh? So, valiant guardian, shall we find the Eternal City to our left or to our right?
Wait, you're in character already? Are you sure you're okay?
Don't worry, don't worry. We have to do this in order to follow along.
Leaving that aside for now, all the townspeople we ran into on the way over were acting really weird. Do you know what that's about?
Why, everyone has gone to Machimos already. I imagine that they now dwell under the protection of the Sabatos. These names.
Wow, so in addition to the Dark Lord Remus, now we have a Sabatos? This is getting more complicated by the minute.
Dark Lord Remus, it would appear that in your journey you have crossed paths with those uncouth barbarians. That is indeed a blasphemous title with which they besmirch the Sabatos Remus over our mighty imperator.
Oh, so they're both the same Remus. They are the same person after all.
But it is of no consequence. The Sabatos may not be defined by the narrow notions of the tribal mob. Okay, those despicable insects may speak slander as they wish, but the wise, inspired by the noblest ideals, will yet come forth in their droves. When the bell of eternity tolls, all that has come to pass shall be erased, and all will be reborn, regardless of who they are or where they are from. Be grateful and rejoice, praise be.
What should we do with the fear? This person sure seems lucid, but the stuff he's spouting is all kinds of whack. You think we got a sleepwalker here? Maybe he's dreaming?
Do you name me a dreamer? The symptoms do match. Who knows? We could be the ones dreaming. Dreaming? I certainly... Oh my god, a sparkle! Okay. It looked like a little red fish.
Hey, you! Oh, you're cold. We didn't do it, right?
Travelers from outside, halt! Excellent. You look completely mentally sound.
Finally, a normal person. Seriously, what's going on in this town?
Yeah, what's going on in this town? Before that, let's get this gentleman somewhere safe. Can't be leaving him lying here, can we? He'll catch a cold. Though, the risk of catching a cold may not be the most important thing right now. You still work together with a normal person to move the incoherently rambling bell ringer onto a nearby bench. Oh, hey, it's Est. Wait, someone said you turned into a golem. Anyway, allow me to reintroduce myself. Call me Est. I'm a member of the town's Daydream Club. Oh, God. I'm the only member present right now, though.
Paimon's Paimon, and she's Saphira.
We're tourists visiting PetrieHorror. Passing adventurers. We're NIM members of the Special Security and Surveillance. Why? Adventurers, you say? You're not here to look for the castle or whatever, are you?
Wait, you introduced yourself as Est. You heard that name before.
It was who brought the bandits into the Dark Lord's castle, was it not? Ah, I see you escaped with your life. Fabulous! Huh? What? So, you're also...
No, we're wide awake. Trust us. We just don't get why everyone's saying all sorts of crazy things.
You tell Est about how you met and drove the bandits who saw the shattered stones as treasure away outside town. It's down. Where to begin? The legend of the Fated Castle has never been a secret. Adventurers just like them come by looking for it every once in a while. Whether it's because the impression the name Golden Troop conjures up is nothing more than poetic imaginary, or because the castle was built millennia ago, it's more likely that nothing of value remains there now. Imagery. I think imaginary is a longer word. But why? No. But would they ever listen? Of course not. No sooner had I brought them over to the ruins of the mountains that they began destroying statues and stuffing them into boxes like people possessed. Oh. I could not stop them alone, so I went back to town to get help. I never imagined I'd find nothing but dazed stares and mad ramblings all around. It was like everyone had fallen under some hypnotic spell. The Daydream Club has researched hypnosis before, but something like this is far, far beyond our capabilities. My hypothesis is that something abnormal has occurred within the ruins. According to records... Actually, why are we the only ones not affected? Interesting, most interesting. Perhaps we can find a solution in the ruins? Maybe we can find treasure in the ruins?
Why don't you wait here, Est? Leave the adventuring to us. If you come to, you might get turned into a golem. Aw, is that your cat? It's so cute.
Lick. No. No, though the fellow who studied hypnotism, would say that they are creatures with keen senses. That collar pendant, I swear I've seen that accessory before.
Well, I ran off. Anyway, ignoring the cat question for now, we should go to the ruins first and have a look. Say, Est, how can we get there?
The ruins? The mountains behind town just so happen to be the exact direction that the cat ran off in. Kitty cat. What? Then it's time we set off.
Are you sure you're okay?
Things are pretty murky right now. Take extra care.
You two alright? We'll be right back. Don't you worry. Yep, I'm gonna go pet a cat.
Okay. Now, let's see if I can get this one.
Everything is going as planned.
A ridiculously common branch.
Don't lose them again.
Interesting. Okay, so... crab.
Clock knights. Ridiculously.
Okay. Here. I saw it here. Now I can't see it. It was like floating there. Pretty sure it wasn't the one that I grabbed. The other one that I grabbed. Why can't I see it now? We go up here. There it is. Okay. How do you get up there? Probably another way. Okay, I want to talk to some of the people though. Hey kid. See your guard, citizen! What are you doing? A child out here on their own? Have there been any suspicious happenings lately? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Shoot. Huh? Child? From where? Did some new legionnaire disobey orders and bring their family into the camp again? Dominus Cassiodor is far too gentle with these greenhorns. If these were to have happened 3 decades prior, a tribunus would have had a whip out by now. Okay, that's not what I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask this one. Not a present. That said, the barbarians are keen to cunning beasts. Ever will they strike when your guard has been lowered. For surprise is their greatest weapon. By method most foul, they infiltrate our cities and seek out our secrets. Even the slightest lapse in discipline may lead to catastrophe. 30 years ago, when I followed Dominus Boetimus to conquest in the far north, they were but a pack of primitives without any such skill for... So, where did they learn these tricks? 30 years ago, your parents wouldn't even have been born yet. Are you sure about that? Huh. What did you just say, citizen? I fear my hearing has been going out of age. Time truly is cruel. During the conquest of Bithynia, I could hear the barbarians' bells calling them to muster from miles away. Yeah, I could hear the barbarians' bells calling them to muster from miles away. Oh? Wish! Why am I finding the ridiculously common branches? Radishes. I assume. Okay, I want to actually get up on that roof. Can I? No? I don't know how to get up there.
This had better be important.
Giovanni! Oh, I wonder when this war will finally be over. What are you doing up there on the roof? Could I talk to him be down below? Look, I tried, but it didn't let me. I'm monitoring the area for any suspicious barbarian activity. Of course. Recently, wait a minute. How did you get up this watchtower, citizen? Oh, so now I'm supposed to be up here. That's my line, really. Whatever, this isn't important. Tribunus says that the savages, the Solace, are advancing apace. The latest news is that they might send spies among us. We must be on guard. Among us. But would those brutes really be interested in our remote little city? To the extent that they would go through all the trouble of sending spies? Meat is meat, no matter how small the portion. Ah, citizen, you speak true. It seems I must keep to my task. Judging by how you spoke, might you be experienced in such matters? In which case, could I entreat you to survey the surrounding area? Should the barbarians have been active, they must have left some trail, like a wooden sword, perhaps. Like kids play fighting? Well, now they are savages. Would it be so strange that they would use sticks as weapons? In any case, I am counting on you. Should you discover anything, report back to me. Consider your joyous duty as a grammarian. I found some ridiculously common sticks. You want those?
Once this battle's over, I'll be able to go home.
Oops. A very ordinary branch that has been possessed by human hands in some way. Oh, processed. It might have been a prop used by children at play, but whatever it is, it couldn't have been some barbarian token. Oh, I guess there's another branch. Oh, they're eggs. Am I stuck? Oh wow, there was 3 eggs in that one.
Squall and Fury.
I wonder if I'll find more. Where's that guy go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
The wind rises.
Once this battle's over,
I found a few. To think that there could be no mistake. This is one of the barbarian secrets. I need some water. This is one of the barbarians' signal poles by which they send their vile messages. You sure about that? I cannot believe that their spies truly have infiltrated our ranks. It seems Tribunus Methodus's fears were not unfounded. Once I report this matter to him, I will have discharged my duty. You have my thanks regardless, citizen. If not for you, our defenses might have collapsed well before the heathen hordes arrived. I will surely mention your contribution when making my report. You don't have to. Okay.
Witness my magnificent!
Okay, there was some... Oh yeah, Grundleland. Oh, Grundleland. Take speed to the God King. All goes as planned. Who are you? An outlander here? Are you a pilgrim by any chance? Still, no wonder. The great works of Remuria are worth the admiration of peoples. Also, since the God King has granted you leave to bask in his glory, I have no right to object. What's the plan you speak of? Ah, that. I am presently working on research plans for our institution. There's much to do, but thanks to the God King's radiant blessing, we have many clever minds in hand to take up the work. To be entrusted with such duties is this blessed name. Ah, such happiness is mine that shall never be surpassed. Oh, my cat wants in. Arya. Alright. Hang out with Grundleland.
is going as planned.
Alright.
Everything is going as planned.
I want to talk to everyone. I want to know what they all say. Even if they all sound like a bunch of wackos. Nameless stone statue. Wait. More eggs, I think. Wait. Oh, I didn't see that person. Hey, can I break these stones? Would that be right?
Do not be complacent, citizen.
136. Alright, 14 more times. We'll take a break. You need a hand? A hand? No need. What training requires the assistance of another? Only by honing my physique I can join Legion Senotoi. As one of a sublime soldier, just like this officer here. Ah yes, introductions are in order. This is my instructor. Only by clearing the tests he sets can I earn the right to ascend. This is just a statue? Test, what test? Combat test, naturally. As ascendant, immortal form in one thing is one thing, but combat skills must be honed of one's own accord. In any case, would you like to have a go? The initial test involves the simultaneous smashing of these stone pillars. Don't underestimate them, however. Even with all my training, I can only shatter one with a single punch. I'll give it a try. Excellent! You have spirit! Come, let me witness your strength. I guess you could use Evilette or Diluc? They're kind of far away. I don't know if Diluc can do it. We'll try with him. Try to get in the center.
Bow your head.
Shoot. Nope. I guess they are just stone. Yeah, I don't know.
Do not be
I don't know if I can
complacent,
do it.
citizens. They could attack at any time.
Oh. Okay. I have an idea. We'll see if it works. Although you would think with someone, a character, you should be able to do it with any of the characters you first start out with, in my opinion.
Want me to come along?
Do not be complacent.
One with nature.
They could attack at any time.
How's that? Ah, so that's how you chose to handle it. Truly splendid. Have you previously served in a God King's army by any chance? Our fine officer also praises your performance. It seems I must work harder. Good luck.
I must find a way to resolve these engineering issues post-haste.
Why do they all have to be men? It's like one girl, and that's it. What issue?
What? Why, that of the high altitude acting. Of course, these will become key arteries for Remuria, allowing purveyors to see the truth of electrobrass. But there are still a great many issues to solve. First, materials, then the bravest parts come somatics.
A high altitude actor?
We're still in the design phase, of course. I shall have to undertake some discussion to perfect the plan before construction begins. What an investment of resources and manpower. Such wonders are only possible thanks to our God King grace. I'm truly blessed to have been granted the opportunity to add my life to this work.
Good luck. Are you guys brothers? Because you kind of look alike. I must find a way to resolve these structural issues post-haste. What issue? I've designed a high-speed aquabus, but there's just one problem. After a period of high-speed operation, the internal component began to vibrate intensely, damaging them. I've tried switching materials many times, but the problem remains. Is the problem with my design then, or the materials? Could I see the aquabus? Huh? Well, trial versions are all in my lab. I came out here to find materials. The God King even assigned me a guard to conduct research under his glorious banner. Such happiness. I feel like this guy's kind of struggling out of whatever it is that he's in.
Oh, how grind all that.
I'm sorry. Oh, these videos might as well be made for myself, so whatever. I'll laugh every time I do that. Old man. What should tonight's menu be? What are you doing?
Oh wait, I'm working on tonight's menu. After much contemplation, I decided on fish for the main dish to go with the free spectral treats. I'm sure those gentlemen will be pleased. Thanks to the God King's grace, the spices I ordered finally arrived on time and combined with some fish fresh from the ocean. Well, feel free to stay and have a taste. Trust me, fish are my specialty.
What sort of fish should I cook
Are
today?
you looking at the ducks? Okay. Take it? Got it.
I knew you'd miss me.
Okay. Oh. Here? Yeah. Okay. Defeat the revived statue. See, I knew it! I knew it!
Whoa, the statue can move.
And it uses Geo. Okay.
Shower me with praise.
Mind the side effects.
Not bad, not bad. Your valor would not know shame, even should stand in the company of the march, say, hunters of old. Whoa, it's a rare shiny cat.
The talking animal. Wait, is shiny? Is that like a Pokemon joke? Okay, I don't play Pokemon. I've seen some of the anime, like older versions of it. But I have noticed that some of the games they call the rare Pokemons a shiny. I think that's a Pokemon joke.
We've seen a whole lot of really strange things on our journey. Even so, a glowing talking cat. I suppose it still makes the rare list. One such as I should not dwell on being called a strange thing. Oh, chosen champions, Saphira and Paimon. The time has come for true heroes such as ye to step forth. Come with me into the ancient kingdom of the deep seas. We must still the chaotic sympathy if we are to save the lost souls.
Is this also part of the world building too?
All right, I'm a hero. Let the journey begin. Seriously, Saphira, how can you fall for this stuff so easily? Very well then, oh chosen hero, for the sake of Paimon's tummy tum, stand tall and move with haste to buy her some Fanta. Speaking of, just who are you? Must I start from the beginning? Very well. Aurendis of Oranthropos is my name, a spirit keeper of the ancient realm. One nuts of the where now? What a tongue twister. I'm just gonna call you Os for short. That's close enough, right? What do you think? Meow, meow. Meow, meow. It appears that I cannot command this body as I wish, to the extent that bestial behaviors may even overbear me from time to time. But if from the beginning I could only have... As the two of you can see, the boundaries between past and present have begun to blur thanks to the influence of the chaotic sympathy. It is for this reason that I too have awoken. For now, the affected area is just small. It gets small. The inhabitants of PetrieHorror have had their souls taken away. They exist in that mad and dreamlike state because the symphony, has temporarily granted them identities and memories to fill the void left behind. It is as if a vessel filled with pure water has had its contents replaced with wondrous wine, an apt description considering that there are memories of ancient history gifted by the symphony. Huh? Look, I would think. So, what you're saying is that the townspeople of PetrieHorror have had their souls stolen, and then their bodies have been possessed. Wow, that sounds super scary! You said that the affected area isn't very large yet. That is correct, Saphira. Of course, eventually even the Court of Fontaine will be consumed if the chosen hero cannot restore harmony to the chaotic melody. Nothing else for it. I am the hero after all. Yeah, alright then. I'll lead the way. Thank you so much. The road to the ancient realm lies beneath the spring you see before you. I have caused the seal in the hidden path to manifest. Next, I shall activate the device that maintains the seal. Stretch. There we go. Now then, help me retrieve the harp strings and I shall thus be able to break the seal and open the way. Now then, let us go into the fated Castellum of Gold. Castellum? A fated golden cast? S mentioned something about the legend of the fated castle too, right? Aren't we talking about these ruins? Nay. These are but scraps of the surface. The true castle lies deeper underneath. You sure do know much more than the cats in town house. You compare me to the cats in town? Follow closely and try not to get lost then. Wow, he just jumped down. Can cats swim? Some of them can. Some of them can. See. Whoa. Is that like a giant statue in it? Or is that just statues? Oh no, it's probably just statues. Yeah. Wow, it's probably such a staring at. They won't like attack us right away. Difficult to say. Perhaps that golem you defeated earlier climbed up from here. That's just terrifying. Is it too late to swim back now? Yeah, I want to see all these little things. All those details, but you can't see them because you have to go through that. Aw, you can't just like stare and look at them. Oh well. Onward! Oh, darn, I wanted to do the dolphin. Okay, fine.
The doctor was seeing.
Oh. Okay. Huh? Pyra didn't think there'd be such a huge space down below. Guess you do know your stuff, Ose. Ose? Maybe it's Ose. Ose? Ose sounds a little bit better. This is but the tip of the iceberg. Once an entire nation and the land upon which it was built sank beneath the waves, and my mission is to prevent that which has sunk from resurfacing. Or so I believe. Poof! And just like that, you suddenly seem a lot less reliable. I really wish I had a reliable guide. Well, what I am but a cat that knows. Let me read this in my mind first. Oh, okay. Well, what am I but a cat that knows an inkling more than those in town? Anyway, we are the sole arbiters of whether the souls of the townsfolk can safely return to their bodies or not. So, eyes up now. The fated castle is just through that great gate. Let us continue onward. Oh. A shining talking cat? Follow the ancient knowledge like to deep waves. Nope, next. While adventuring with you can talk to him at any time to get additional information. Don't forget the pet info from time to time, alright? Confused with that. With will that uses its resilient mortal body in battle. Use the message suited to dealing with Geo to effectively defeat its defenses.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Wow, how are you so fast, I'll say? The cat, after all. Appearing to disappear with the most expected. Is it you, Clement, who just fly? You must fly faster. Disappeared. Ooh, sparkle, sparkle. You feel with our relentless march forward. We have work to do. No, I must. I must look around. Because that is what I like to do in games. Explore. Oh. I don't know why they made a creature though that looks a lot like the narwhal that you narwhal that you fight. Oh. Picture time. Oh, that's not what I wanted. No, not thinking. Alpha pose. Wink. Confident. Okay, now I'll hide the character. Would it do that if I use this? It might. Yeah. Darn it. It never used to do that. Let me try something else. This is a camera. Special camera. Oh, it still does it. Darn, it's like you can't take pictures now without that being there. It's like this is the only way you could take pictures without that being there. Oh well, that's fine. Switch the camera out again. Oh.
See if I can lighten that up. Oh. Ooh.
I wouldn't bet a lot of people live in this huge castle like this.
But of course, and not just people either.
Hey, there you go again, saying creepy stuff with a straight face.
Oh, fret not. Surely heroes such as yourself would dispatch any hidden ghosts or phantoms without breaking a sweat.
And what is this? What an exquisite box. Seems like a music box of some kind. Still, it doesn't seem to fit in too well with the surroundings.
Good eye. That is indeed a music box, but just as I have knowledge beyond ordinary cats, this music box has functions beyond most others. What can it speak to? My, I didn't think you would be so catty. What? That did not cross my mind. Regrettably, it does not have such a function, for now, at least. Anyway, even those who lack any musical knowledge can freely operate the power of the symphony using that box. Using this box. Like I call that box. We'll have use of it later, I'm sure.
Huh? But isn't it because the symphony has gone all...
Symphony has gone all wacky that all the townsfolk turned into whatever they are now?
So what if Saphira presses the wrong button or something?
The symphony here may also become chaotic. What sort of clumsy claw do you take me for, Paimon?
I was just thinking about the worst case scenario. Maybe Osei might just jump out from a corner and scare you. One of those unmoving statues might start walking around. Or maybe traps might spring out beyond the ground and the walls. Any of those could happen, right?
Peace now. You need not be fretted. The symphony was mighty, beautiful, and glorious once, an existence that shouldered golden ideals. That it sows that it sows chaos upon the surface is a mere mishap, of misalignment, the result of evildoers misusing great glorious power. But were it Saphira, surely she would wield this power correctly. That's quite a lot of trust you're putting in us. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you.
It might be more accurate to say that I have no other option. I am a mere cat at present. After all, should I wish to make use of this mad music box myself, I'm hinting that it's magic, it might prove somewhat difficult.
We have spoken then this much. Now, to put things to test, remember the strings we got from the harp and the runes? Those were in truth the scores on which the symphony was recorded. As long as you place the scores into the music box, the box shall play its tune all on its own. Is that a ship?
Aww.
Moving melody accompanies a swift ship that cuts through the azure waves. The island barely plucks at their heart, but suddenly they pant from here to end that they see all this I give to you, until that day comes. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Is this what I'm supposed to do? It's not telling me. So, do I just exit out?
Oh, that's a pretty tappy tune. I'm just feeling all warm and fuzzy inside.
It seems this box still functions well. Nah, it just functions well. Well now, are we not safe? Wait, so you weren't even sure if it would work or not? Not completely. One cannot judge a box by its cover. Do you not concur?
Paimon gets the feeling that you're not talking about the box at all, but never mind now. What should we do now?
The chaotic symphony must be here. If we can locate it, we can retrieve the souls that have been taken from the townsfolk. Then let's have a look around for starters. A reasonable judgment, if memory serves, this castle has a great many strange rooms. Perhaps they are worth investigating first. Also, the castle's central hall plays host to a mysterious stage, though no one plays shall ever be performed there. It was once an entrance to a place deeper underwater still, where the power of the symphony still yet lingers. We must go and check for any further anomalies there. Deeper still? Indeed, I wonder what awaits us there. Hey, now's not the time to leave us hanging, I'll say. You're a surprisingly petty one, huh? Still, before the riddle may be solved, we must first find the clues that await us in the castle. Come, let us away. When can I pet you? Use press release two types of sound waves. Music, press to activate a pause sound wave and cause the object in the area to stop moving. Continuously holding to activate a play sound wave, which will cause specific objects in the area to stop moving or reactivate activity affected by a pause sound wave. Special musical notes float above objects that can be influenced by the power of the sound wave. Those program will be also changed. Now, all objects can be influenced by music, can resonate with different sound waves, in the hall of the Sea King. With the kitty! With the kitty! Oh, with the kitty! Ooh. Ooh, that's a nice picture. So, while watching my video, I saw was it a Hydroculus? Somewhere at the tippy top of these. I only got a glance of it, so I don't really know if it's true. I came back to look for it, and I found this treasure chest because my camera got all weird. And I'm like, I saw this treasure chest up in this balcony, and I'm like, oh, this is a good thing my camera did something weird.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
Okay. Oh. Can I get up here? Can I get up here? Did I do it? Did I do it? Where am I? Ah. Don't even want to get on the roof. Ah, see? There it is. Right there. Twirling. Okay. This is a lot of mint. Dig? Oh! This heart of the mountain, seeking the eye of the springs, reached the corner's apex, gazing at the distant island of pouring pearls. Giuliano, an ordinary villager. Or is it Juliano? Huh. Okay, yeah, I was not expecting that. I was expecting a whopper flower. Well, I guess these are all safe to take. Not that I probably need to. Good dude anyway. There's like a treasure involved in taking it. More treasure! Where am I? Did I take a picture of this? Oh, I forgot. And all the paintings are dead. Huh? Oh, I'm confused there. Okay, I think I'm supposed to go up. Can I go in there? No? Okay. It's a new day and Arya wants back in. But there's no Grundolan for you to stand before. Okay, so also I'm gonna switch to, you know what, I'm gonna switch to him and have him talk about water maybe. Or Melissanes, you know, whatever. Food there, but I guess they're used to the old alcohol. I'm not that much food. You know what? This was going to be quick, but apparently not. You look should grab. Come on, chance. There you go.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile,
Do you talk
has
about water?
a rich and
talk
complex
about
flavor
Melissanes?
profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
Were we talking about it then? Kitty! Oh. That big fish was so huge. Well, you guys didn't even point it out. He's following the book. That's funny.
Melusines are beautiful
Oh, now he's
creatures.
talking about this.
They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Okay. Can I pet him? Meow, meow. Pet him. You're not gonna hiss at me, are you? Oh, I don't mind being touched, but cats have their own boundaries. Oh, hey now, don't you take me for near a cat. Oh, so cute. What about your paw? There's like symbol. It looks like, oh well, I was gonna say it looks like there's a symbol of water around him, you know, for hydro, but I think that's something else. Although it still kind of looks like hydro at one point. Anyway, leave. Okay. I forgot the voice I gave him. I kind of gave him a girly voice because I was getting tired of voicing all the men. About these books. Fascinating, no? These books have... I don't know, that was his voice. That sounds too girly. These books have all been infused with the mysterious power of the symphony. They can be activated using the melodies of the music box. Ah, but we can't do that right now. There's a book missing here. Let's go look for it in the area. Worry not. Those books aren't dangerous in themselves, but perhaps there's something unexpected hidden behind them? What could it be? I couldn't say for sure, so you should go find out yourself. I thought that was an I. There are many secrets in the castle that even I haven't discovered yet. I was gonna listen to the video. What voice I gave him just before I started this, but I forgot. I forgot. Didn't sound like his voice. Oh well, whatever. Submit. Oh. I think I'm supposed to grab this book? Wait, am I supposed to have something on me? I can't grab this. Wait, let me see if I'm supposed to have something on me. Would it be here? No, it wouldn't be here though. You can't have items on you. Yeah, you're supposed to use the music box, right? Oh, okay. Use? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Maybe no. I don't. What am I supposed to do? It's nothing. I'm. Gee. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay. Have left their bookshelves that appear out of nowhere in the couch. Do these discordant melodies and fluids. Seize your opportunity and use the power of the symphony by pressing to unleash a pause sound wave and stop them in mid-air. Well, how do you do that, though? How do you do the pause? I know it says it here somewhere. Yeah, but how do you do that? Is there an option that says pause? Oh, I see T. Did I grab it? Did I grab it? E? Is it E? Okay.
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
Farina, come on. Now is not the time for that. Okay, I did it. I did it. Oh, there's a... Okay. No, that's not it. Wait. I have no idea what I'm doing. I did it. What am I supposed to do now? Okay, I guess I could just pet you here. Alright. I was wondering when I could just pet you. Okay. Carry on. It's pointing me with one thing, but I don't know. Where is it? Ooh, well, there's one over there, too. A challenge. Ooh, staircase. Going up to I don't know where. Okay. Where are you? Go. Over here. Oh, that picture's not dead. But that one is. And so's this. Ooh, that's an interesting painting. Oh.
It's a strange shiny fish again. Feels like it's been following us from outside all this time. How weird.
Paimon, have you witnessed so little of the world as to find such things strange? Are we not underwater? Is it not ordinary to see all manner of fish about?
Ah, but this big guy looks like anything but ordinary.
And this voice, I've heard it before.
Seriously? You mean from the dream you had before?
This part of the sea outside is like the castle. It belongs to the past. It is something that should have been forgotten. If one ceaselessly calls out to a monster that has been blotted from memory, they might yet jump out and cause trouble. It is wise to be cautious. It is for the best if we simply treat it as an ordinary fish.
You make everything sound so scary, Yosei. Are you trying to creep us out or something?
I simply mean to avoid unnecessary complications. After all, our top priority is to retrieve the surface dwellers' souls. No. It just so happened that there's a blank score before us. We simply need to use the music box to tune the auto-harmonic reed pipes on either side and we can obtain it. Give it a go. Okay, we'll say. I knew when I was watching the special program and they were talking about all these puzzles. Oh, you're like, I don't mind puzzles. It's just this one sounded so complicated. I guess if I do enough of them, I'll be like, okay. Because the ones in the desert, Smeru Desert, those are really, they sounded complicated too, but then I got used to it, so. Obsessed with music and must be tuned to the correct mode using the power of the symphony. As you hold and unleash, play sound wave. The soundboard will keep sliding. Okay, I thought I read this one before. Pretty sure I saw this one before, though. Release to cause it to point at the specific note. This will allow you to change the tuning. Once a set of auto-harmonic reed pipes have been appropriately tuned, the note floating above them will change as to what the correct note is. You might be able to find clues nearby. Okay. I didn't think I was supposed to go over here, though. I was looking at where I was supposed to go, but it didn't seem like it was this area. Ooh, pretty. Hey, can I, like, mirror that? Oh. Although, that doesn't look as good. Looks better. Yeah. Okay. Hey, when I was a kid, I loved photography. I took photography class in college, too. Didn't really get me anywhere, though. I took a lot of classes in college that didn't really help me with anything. Art class, photography, exercise. Although exercise is something that my mom wanted to do because she didn't want to do it by herself. You're just hanging out there. Huh. Okay. I don't want to do this. Alright. It says clues. What are the clues, though? Oh, wait. No. What? Oh, is that the clue? Okay. So the bottom one? Press? Right? It was already there though, wasn't it? No, maybe not. Okay, the one in the middle. Okay. Alright. Let's hope this cat isn't leading us on, like,
Take it.
he's actually evil. You're not evil,
Go
are you,
on.
say?
You have my approval.
But this square's totally blank. It looks like you won't be able to play it with Music Box either. What are you going to do with it then?
If there's nothing there, that means that any melody can be written upon it. We will be able to make use of this. Okay? So I guess I'm supposed to carry on that way. Cutie. Oop. I already completely understand everything. Humanity has no need to, nor should they, control any knowledge beyond their abilities. In a way, it is not people who pursue knowledge, but knowledge that pursues people. I have an idea. It's one I never mentioned to the Golden Hunter before he left. Why not rebuild the long-abandoned town of PetrieHorror? We can attract refugees to live there and spread other versions of the legend. This way, they will actively protect the rebuilt seals, and the secrets of this place will be forever... Well, the one guy, the Imperator, he felt like he was a villain. Because he wanted to, it seemed like he wanted to enslave people with a melody called Phobos, which means fear. Oh, this is broken. I guess I can't sit here. Can I sit here? I can. Let's go over this way. Oh. There's so many places to go. I want to explore it all, but it's so hard. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? E. That goes into the water. Go down there. Jeez.
stage you spoke of earlier, I say? In our time as ice deceiving her, or is the mural on top still moving? It's kind of spooky. That terrifying power couldn't be escaping from here, could it, Osei? Hey, Osei! Osei! Are you spacing out? Meow? My apologies. I was distracted for a moment. Did you once perform on this stage? Is that why you're feeling nostalgic or something like that?
Did you play a cat? Perhaps you were an audience member?
Ooh, good point. I might have, or I might not have. It was all in the past either way. Utterly irrelevant.
What matters now is the scent of discord I smell in the air, as though some presence, one that makes me uneasy, once visited this place. I fear that specifics may only be ascertained once we have performed the skur here. That sounded weird.
There's one here too? Why would I notice?
Well, you may have seen scores shaped like strings, but you have not seen those shaped like murals. One such is before you.
Oh, so the pictures are moving because it's actually a score?
Yes. Did we not find a blank score before? It's time now to perform it. Please do the honors. But first... Can I jump up here? No worries. Cute. Not only do we have the same hardy skin, but in our veins flows the same divine essence. We share the same wisdom and melody, the same will.
Whoa! So someone's coming out of the mural!
It has been too long, dear friend. How many years since that day? 500? 1,000? Still, this matters not to us at all. Oops. Still, time matters not to us at all. You may be in this small body now, but I recognize you in an instant. Well, have you tired of battle and decided to take up rat catching as a new hobby?
It's you! I sounded like Paimon because
I was in a bad mood.
And what exactly is he? A monster? A ghost? Or could he be the real Dark Lord?
Dark Lord? Barbarians remain barbarians, I see, ignorant even of their own ignorance. Bohemians of Rumeria, foremost Harmost of Phobos. You need not introduce yourselves. I have no interest in the titles peddled by primitives. You know this rude fellow, Osei? I do not deny it, but... Need you be so formal? Cassiodor? Do our years of service under our Sebastos, our god king, matter so little to you? So, wait. But I thought Brosemius was that. Okay, I'm a little confused now. The past is the past. I do not know how you, whose soul has... Wait. Oh, I do not know how you, whose soul has long been shattered, have manifested, but it seems that the chaotic symphony is your doing, and none other. Cease! Return the souls of those who live in the present, and go back to the shadow, beneath the deep, wet waters to where you belong. This is my final warning to you. Oh, and what then? Will you continue wearing your mask of hypocrisy, traitor? Will you shut your eyes and ears for another millennium? But you have noticed, haven't you, why my melody would break its bonds at this time and affect the present? Why my strength has given me the might to open the gate to the deep waters, allowing me to manifest? The power of the sea surges Cassiodor. Return of Phobos is imminent.
Phobos?
Yes, indeed. Over these thousands of years, I have already bound my soul to the shattered Phobos. The Almas and Ignima... I'm really bad at actually saying that word. Enigma. Enigma? I think that's how you say it. Omnipotent enigma. The great power is about to finally descend upon one once again, and is this not the wish that we once failed to accomplish? To repeat the past is to give the ancient tragedy an encore, nor have I ever wanted to sacrifice innocent lives. That's so. Well, not that it matters, Cassiodor. The world you have defended is coming apart at the seams. The people of bygone times you see before you shall return to their rightful places. Fontaine's existence is a mistake, one we shall correct. When the oceans swallow it, Rumelia shall rise above the sea once again, and its light shall shine over the land. Is this because of the primordial sea? Do even barbarians know of its existence nowadays? You are mistaken, one. You are the mistaken one. Oh, you are the mistaken one. We should have assimilated this into the new nation thousands of years ago, but it was you who warped them into puppets of ancient hate. Whether that Phobos matter is true or false, as long as my will has not dissipated, your schemes will not succeed. Do you mean to say, then, that we should abandon our honor as Romarians and degenerate into mere base insects? How could I ever allow my kin to return to those bags of decaying flesh and become slaves to fate once more? It seems that the millennia have not led you to accept Romaria's downfall. If anything, you have grown more obstinate still. Perhaps it is our stubbornness alone that we are quite similar. I thought that the long years would have rendered you willing to once more stand by our side. You betrayed the tribe that birthed you, and you betrayed Remeria. You may have become the Golden Hunter, but you cannot remove the brand of the Sabatot that marks you still. You will always be a Remerian. Remerians have long ceased to exist, save in your delusions. The world of old has passed away. Of course, so it was meant to be, but now the border between past and present has faded. If you insist on becoming the enemy of our ancient realm and sealing me once more in a cage buried beneath the waves, then those Fontanians you wish to protect, yes, all of PetrieHorror, shall be buried as one.
Huh? No way, we won't let that happen.
That is not up to you, insolent savage. When that time comes, your lowly flesh will be rendered as dust, but your souls will join with ours and take the next step of evolution. We shall bestow upon you eternal, resilient bodies that you may never again suffer mortal pain. Should you have words of gratitude, I will hear them. Why, thank you very much. You gotta be kidding me.
That's not something we'd be thankful for at all.
Just like those puppets who dance as you performed, those pitiful slaves and servants, those poor children, everything was stripped from them, and you still speak with such conviction. All things have their price. I was going to say pride. Narrow personal opinions are but refuse to be discarded by a higher class of beings such as I. Besides, as I see it, they are the ideal form of humanity, adhering unhearingly to perfect order unhearingly.
You're absolutely nuts, and despicable too.
Despicable? And what would you call what Cassiodor did to us thousands of years ago, then? By comparison, this is nothing. But patience. We should have a good... I should say... Oh, that's a real laugh. We should have a good... We should have a good long talk, but not here. No, we shall speak beneath the deep waters, in the deepest bowels of our ancient realm, where everything began. The realm awakens, Cassiodor. You are the sole survivor of our fallen realm, the sole Remarian left with free will, and you have left us far too long. You must return to us and listen to the lamentation and anger of the long years. Perhaps then you shall be more receptive to my symphony than the arrangements of Phobos. I will await you in the royal city of Remeria, and Domus Aura. I would say that. With the Sabitos plied this melody, I will of course extend the appropriate hospitality to those souls from the present before your arrival. Should you still remain resolute, when the time comes, their souls will naturally receive their release. And as for you, you are not part of Phobos' plan, and yet the great symphony shall in no wise cast out any audience. Do enjoy the passing prelude I have prepared for you. If fortune proves favorable, we shall meet again. Yeah?
Let the world collide! Yoo-hoo!
Seems like an emergency.
Dawn, break forth!
The doctor will see you now.
Strike a pose!
Damn you!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Be sanctified.
Get this one.
Well, that shut him up. What do you do now, though? What do we do now, though? If we want to save the souls of the townspeople, you're going to have to head to that Miss Arya, or whatever that super rude, duper arrogant guy talked about, right?
As you might recall, we weren't invited.
Since when have we ever needed invitation to crash some bad guy's party? Oh, right. But from what he said, he seems to have known Osis for a long time. Said they worked for the Sapacitos or whatever.
We need to have a good talk before we go. Oh, say. Cassidor. Cassiodor. If you have anything you'd like to ask me, this time I shall tell you all I know. Tell us about Remeria. So, tell us about your imputent friend. About the symphony and Phobos. So, about the dreamscape I saw. That's all for now.
That's where you and that rude fellow are born from. And you're both from right, Jose?
We've heard that name before. Seems to be an ancient nation? Very well. The story begins before the court of Fontaine, as you know, it was born. The Sapidos, Remus. See, I thought Remus was the other guy. A nation above the high sea that is Fontaine, and the ancestors of the present-day Fontanians named him the Dark Lord Remus and your terror. Before it sank, this body of water was part of the Great Fontaine Lake. Right? Yeah. And the location where the capital Remeria was sited. As such, these waters have the same properties as those of Fontaine.
Wait, so we're actually in the ruins of Remeria now?
Indeed, but where the tale differs from commonly told history is, the people of Remeria were not ordinary humans like the Fontainians. Rather, they were a new native. Their bodies were cast of stone with ichor for blood. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. The Sapitos gave us such bodies in the hope that we could escape our prisons of rotting flesh and fate. His great vision was that we should all grasp the power of the symphony, and thereby escape the shackles of Fortuna, becoming the master of our own destiny. So it feels like they were trying to prevent the prophecy from happening, but I feel like that doesn't sound right, though, because it seems like whatever, the Hydro Archon did... What was her name again? It sounded like she did that after Remeria. I could be wrong. Because I thought she came to help Remeria. Or was she... Because... Oh man, now I have to look it up because I thought she came... They said that she came to help them because water was coming, rising, and the city would be destroyed. So did she come... So it still sounds like she came after the fact. Which means she shouldn't she didn't do whatever it was that she did, the sin of creating humans. She did that after the fact. It seems like it. So they shouldn't even be trying to prevent the proper. I'm gonna have to look it up.
So those stone statues we saw on the way here, those were your kin? Precisely. So, precisely so. I feel that they have long lost their free will, however, becoming mindless slaves, worse off by far than the humans of old, easily perishable though they are. Wait, in that case, why are you a cat? I am a cat for now. And one's will and soul are more important than one's body, are they not? Regardless, it was the Sabidos who gave me new life. We once possessed all the high sea, countless cities and palaces, flowers, flowing wine. Oh, flowers, flowing wine. I thought that was a little weird. Flowers, flowing wine. I mean, I guess it's possible. And yet, fate found us all the same.
Is that what they mean by Fortuna? But when I first saw Fortuna, it made it sound like those who get a vision are cursed by Fortuna. Or something like that. I'll have to look at my video for that. Or I wonder if I can go back there and find it now. After returning from the deepest depths of the sea, Sabidos used Ichor to create imperishable bodies for the people, and still, the prophesied future did not change. See? And it's like, I don't know what that is. But it feels the same as what Agiria. It sounds the same as what she did, but instead of using whatever this is, she used the primordial sea to create the oceanids. Like, I get why she turned them into humans and used a primordial sea as their blood, I think.
Our God King believed that it was because human souls could not escape the gravity of fate, and so he wrote the symphony, a music that could weave destiny. He believed that through this he had found a way to resist fate, but instead that path led us into utter darkness, step by step. And in the end, the entire kingdom sank beneath the waves as though it had been smoked by divine judgment. No. I feel that even he did not foresee such an outcome, though all the same, that is what happened. If you have everything you'd like to ask me, this time I shall tell you all I know. Okay. So, tell me about that imprudent friend. Imprudent. Right, and he called you Cassiodor, or something, right? Aren't you called Orin, or something? Which I looked that up, and his name means... Okay, I can't remember, I wrote it down. Oranides? Okay, I don't know what the needs part means, but Oran means sky, and Paulus means city. So he's something about the sky of the sky city. Just as I have traversed many bodies, I have had many names. Of course, this is all thanks to the Bastos, who separated my soul from the grand symphony. A convenient ability indeed. You weren't planning on puppeting one of us at some point, were you? Meow? Meow meow? Wow, who would have thought such a cute little cat would consider doing something so horrible? Hey, wait a second. Does that mean that you aren't even a cute kitty in the first place? Well, be that as it may, Saphira, you are used to playing the courageous savior, are you not? I too play the role I know well, albeit in an unfamiliar form. But back to I'm probably totally saying these wrong names wrong. Okay, he was not always evil. He was once a noble Harmas of Remeria, and the sole survivor following the great catastrophe that befell. Aren't you the sole survivor? The original purpose of the Golden Castellum was to unify our surviving kin and prevent the catastrophe of the rising waters from ever occurring again. But eventually, Boceus had his own designs. While I and my companions ranged across the land, struggling mightily to contain the power of the primordial waters, he used his elegant tongue to sway those who remained.
He initiated a fell ritual that all aimed to restore the Shadowed Symphony, and revive the ruined realm. To this day, he does not hesitate to dissolve the will of our kin and plunder the souls of Fontanians everywhere. Many rules and nobles became his pawns, and Polites? Newly born lay on the brink of destruction. To stop him, who had by now clearly became a monster, I could only forsake my name and become one who hunts phantoms, resisting him alongside the Fontanians. Bitter was a conflict before we were at last able to seal both him and the sea that he devoured our nation. And that is why he named you traitor? Bitter was a conflict between. Why do I want to say between? Before we were at last whatever. Ugh. I followed the Sabitos precisely because he had shown me that golden dream, a land where prejudice and differences were no more, a land of justice and freedom. But that was what it had become after Miriria sank. No more than a dream. I would rather be called a traitor than let Bosinius trample our ideals. I swore upon fate that I would serve as the barrier between past and present. Thus did I become the spirit keeper of an ancient land. Of our ancient land. Guess Mr. Impolite's pretty stubborn guy, huh? Even after being beaten up and sealed, he's still looking to break out and cause trouble. I had thought that even if the evil lingered in him, his soul had long been broken, and he would remain naught but discordant notes of symphony. Why do I keep saying that? Plunged into strife. I never thought that he would weave his shattered self into the symphony and thus gain mastery over it. The discord and dissonance that now emanates from these waters can be regarded as an extension of his power. Dissonance? If we are to defeat him, I fear we must await the moment when all his soul fragments have gathered around one body. If you have anything... Oh, man, okay. Where should I begin? The symphony is human memory and persona woven to a melody through musical notation, creating a song in which human souls can dwell and have their wishes fulfilled. In that way, to master symphony is to master fate. This is the secret that the great golden bee, Siblia, the prophet who survived the previous cycle, imparted. Okay, the great golden bee? Ugh. This was mentioned by the Narzenzenkreuts, right? The Sabitos who created the symphony poured these melodies into the insoluble ichor, in hopes that all might control their own fates through playing that music. He overestimated us, I fear, for his deeds terrified us. The people could not bear the burden of fate, and they begged their god and superiors for guidance. At the request of the people, the Sabitos wrote all melodies into the grandest of melodies. The new symphony would bring us all the greatest of happiness, and its name was Phobos. But it did not bring what was promised. Indeed, you saw how it all ended, didn't you? Had the Sabitos' plan worked, the symphony would have woven a melody of utmost gentleness for all of us, an eternity that would last 1,000 years and beyond. But something went wrong. Besides the Sabitos himself, only said superior, the Hodmos, could have changed Phobos' melody. And Bosinius was once an elegant and excellent Harmo. So elegant. If you have an... Oh. Ah, yes, those were indeed the memories left by whom I served. The Sabitos, the God King Remus. Though I do not understand how you were able to see them, Saphira. But I do not think you need to worry. If this chaotic symphony was enough to control you, it would have done so long ago on the surface. But that has not happened yet. Speaking of which, why? Speaking of which, why isn't Estee affected? He is just especially gifted. I do have some idea, but it might be best to wait for the right time to speak of that. Oh, here we go again with the cliffhangers. Don't forget to tell us, all right? In any case, since you can see these things, Saphira, that means that some fragment of the Sabitos' will and memory remains in this underwater symphony. Long millennia have I searched, and if you could touch some more of these memories, perhaps I may find the answers I have sought all this time. The great waves could not hurt a god, even should their crests scrape the very skies, and yet the Sabitos disappeared without a trace when our nation fell into the depths. He would not have sat idly by as his nation and people drowned in blood. So where did he go? Or was his passing Remaria's true death knell? Cal, no? If you have anything you'd like to ask me, I shall tell you all I know. That's all for now. We can leave the rest for later. Very well. If there's anything else you wish to know, do not hesitate to ask me. Guess we're heading to Damasaria next, so we can meet that rude guy, right? It's gonna be dangerous for sure, but I will continue to guide you. It is, after all, my homeland. Though it may have sunk to the very bottom of the sea, I remember its past still even after all these millennia. So I believe. Just don't let us down when it counts. Cat's out of bag. Should we encounter difficulties, you may count on me. Do not forget that I am far stronger than an ordinary cat. You know, every time Paimon remembers that you're actually an ancient person from thousands of years ago, it just feels wrong that we're calling you Osei. But your full name is way too long, so... Okay, let's just call you Monster Os. Then, what do you think? Is it polite enough? Monster... What? Oh god. What the heck? A name to me is nothing more than a label, but as this represents your acknowledgement, Paimon, I will gladly accept it. Let's move out. It wouldn't be too bad to keep your rude friend waiting, but the townspeople can't wait that long.